I'm just gonna have to leave it here. I daren't drive it. It sounds too bad. So today's the day we've been waiting for 9 months. We are going to be road testing the M2 Competition for the first time. I have my plates. I've also got a battery earth cable as well, which should resolve my airbag issue. And possibly MOT in today's video, I'm not sure. I have just remembered the car has decats, so I don't know if it's even going to pass MOT. It's a 50-50. But horrible weather as well. It is raining, so it's not the ideal time to be test driving 650 brake rear wheel drive car that I've never driven before, but we're going to go for it anyway. First thing I'm going to do, start it up, let it warm up, check the oil, fit the plates, fit the battery earth cable, and let's go for that road test. So for those of you new to the channel and maybe haven't seen this car before, I bought this car around about 9 months ago, completely caved in at the front. Roof was completely caved in, the C-pillar was completely caved in. Pretty much every panel on the car had damage on it. And we've replaced the door, replaced the bumper. There's loads of underneath parts, loads of suspension parts. So there's been a lot go on to get to this point. Now, the only thing that we've got left to do is bodywork. And the last video, I said I wasn't going to fit this grille, but I had it, and it was the only thing left to make it look, apart from the colour, complete. So I had to fit it, I couldn't not fit it. So we are good for a road test and everything like that, because the only thing that's really affecting us now is the colour of the front bumper, which I actually really like. And if the whole car was that colour, I wouldn't actually be bothered. But for the sake of like putting it back to standard and stuff like that, I am going to paint the whole car back to Hockenheim silver, which is what it left the factory with. Although that does look a really nice colour. Yeah, we do have 4 colours going on. So, well, yeah, carbon roof, white, another shade of white, grey, orange. So it's all going on. But we are all good for a road test. Okay. I'll ignore that. And the inside is absolutely minging as well, so it needs a good clean. But let's start her up. And that's that battery cable that I'm hoping is going to get fixed. Right, let's start things off by looking at this battery cable. A few trims I've got left to put on. I keep saying the car's bloody 100%, and there's trims everywhere still. Right, so I don't know what's gone on here, but it's obviously this cable here that we need to replace. But I'm sure the car shouldn't start if this cable has been compromised, so I'm not too sure what's going on. So it looks like we've just got to replace this positive battery cable here, which just goes to a little fuse box, and yeah. So we've got our airbag connector that plugs into this battery terminal, so I'm guessing what happens is when you have a crash, it cuts the power, but that doesn't make sense. So something must have happened in there, because the car still runs, but the airbag's an issue. So I don't know if it's like Audi's or anything like where it cuts the power so you can't start the car. That obviously isn't the case with this one, because it still runs and everything. But we're going to replace this cable anyway, because it's clearly got a fault in it. So yeah, we'll give it a go, and hopefully that will clear the fault code. Yeah, so I think I found the problem, and it does explain why the airbag's faulty, got a fault stored, but the car still runs. Now, I don't really know what's happened here, but if you can see, here's my old cable I've just taken off, and there's our airbag cable, and you can see the wires have been, well, I don't know if they've been cut or what, but yeah, they're not connected to anything, and I found the little loom here with my 2 wires. So yeah, it's a bit weird. It looks like they've been cut, but then if I look at the cable here, look, there is some damage on the back of the cable here. So look, it's all been damaged around the back here. So I don't really know what's happened, and I think, yeah, it looks like it doesn't look like they've been snipped with a cutter. It looks like a genuine tear. So it just could be pure accident that something's maybe, I don't know, but it looks like it's torn off and just snapped those cables. There's no reason for you to snip them, and it doesn't make any sense to do so. So I have just ordered a new battery cable for no reason whatsoever, it seems. That will teach me for not doing any research before bloody buying the thing. So, well, we've got the new one now, so we might as well fit it. and I'll repair these 2 wires as well, and we'll plug them all back in. Right, let's just go into SRS. So, continue, read fault code. So it should be the right clear, and hopefully that won't now come back. Okay, cool. Let's go start. Read fault code. Yeah, that's good. Right, that should be it now. That was the only fault I had when it come back. So I'm hoping now, yes, we have no airbag light on the dash, just tyre pressures. So I'm gonna check those, and then, yo, come on, it's ready to go. Right, we are ready to go. Plates are on. Right, remote control. Annoyingly, let's go back to menu. See, I have no idea how to work a BMW, so I'm just trying to work it out. You can't have a look at oil level. There you go, right. Right, oil level. Oh, engine oil level, okay. Okay. Measurement only possible after a longer drive, approximately 30 minutes with engine switched on. I hope that's just like a really specific engine level, not just a... I'm hoping it's just an engine level okay. I mean, it says okay, so it must be there or thereabouts, and it just needs me to drive for half an hour for an exact. But first thing I need to do is go put some V-power in, because this is obviously 650 horsepower, and it can only run on V-power, or 99, 98 run. This has been lowered so bumper hits on the speed. So now I'm going on the road, I need to listen out for anything, any knocks. I'm booked in for MOT. I'm about to do that so I can road test it on the road. Oh, this is the first time I'm about to pull out. And I stick out like a sore thumb as well, because I'm out, because I'm multicoloured. Yeah, I might be quiet for a little bit, because obviously this is 9 months in the making of doing this, and there could be all there could be all sorts wrong, missing, loose. Because I've worked on it for such a long period, I'm hoping not, but there just could be a bolt missing somewhere. Not missing, but loose maybe. So I need to concentrate and just get to this fuel station, get some fuel in it, because it's now got naught. And also I've had to do the tracking with my eyes as well, but to be fair, it's all right. It's not pulling left or right, it's straight on. So I've just got people looking at me because I'm driving a multicoloured M2. It all seems all right so far. Right, I'm just pulling into the fuel station now, so I'm just going to bang some V-power in, and I have no idea what side the fuel flap is, and I'll catch up with you in a second. You literally couldn't make this up, look. Sorry, out of use, no V-power. I've never been here before, and there's never been V-power available before. No V-power on any pump. I've got no range. My next closest station is 5 miles away, so I've just got to put a couple of litres of normal fuel in, which is very infuriating. So I've just stuck in 5 litres of normal fuel, which is horrific. So this video is now going to turn into hunting Tesco 99 or V-power. So I'm now going to have to literally drive to Tesco, which is the next closest one, to get some to Tesco 99, because I can't drive around with normal crappy fuel in it, and I don't boot it at all with this rubbish fuel in it, so that's very frustrating. Well, unfortunately, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I've got nothing to report so far, but then again, I'm just taking it easy, which is really frustrating. So Right, I've just filled her now up with 99. And now I'm going to put it on loud just to see how loud it actually is. There we go. Straight away, Asbo pops. Not a fan if I'm honest, but for the purpose of this video, I'll leave them on. They're a bit too much. If it was the odd pop, then maybe, but I have a feeling this is going to be very... Let me just try it. Yeah, it just sounds ridiculous. Yeah, it sounds crap. But I don't know if I can turn them off. I'm not sure how. It sounds... I mean, sorry, it sounds awful. I can hear a rubbing noise. I'm just going to pull in here. I can hear a rubbing noise. I don't know if it's the brakes. No, I can't see anything. I think it's just the brakes, if I'm honest. Getting cocky. 4,000 RPM there. Still, I think it is the brakes. Honestly, it sounds ridiculous. So, that is a really pronounced rubbing noise, but I think it is the brakes. However, so far so good. I've done 6.6 miles, and apart from that diff noise, potential wheel bearing noise on that side, and a rubbing / brake noise from the near side rear, everything from the front sounds great, as in can't hear anything bad. I was about to go into a dual carriageway there, and I don't want to do it. Now there's definitely something with this near side rear, but I can't find anything obvious. Let me just put it on a camera stand and I'll show you. If I put my hands on the wheel, I don't know if you're able to see it on the camera, but the whole wheel seems like, including the rim, it seems like it pivots. And there's, right, I don't know, the handbrake's on and there's just a bit too much movement. And I don't know if that's normal or not. I don't know if it's just me, but the whole wheel seems to pivot. So the disc's moving, so something ain't right. I don't think that's not normal. Look at that. But I haven't touched anything on the near side rear. It's pretty much the only corner that wasn't damaged. So I'm a bit unsure what's going on at the minute. Right, I'm just going to hobble back. There's a dual carriageway, but luckily it's at 40. So if I just hobble back at like 25. See that? Oh, I can't drive that. I can't drive that. Is it brakes? It can't be brakes. Nah, I ain't doing it. I need to park up. I can't. Sounds horrific. I'm just going to park up on the end there. I'm just going to have to leave it here. I daren't drive it. Sounds too bad. Bye. Yeah, so it's not ideal. I'm now going to walk the 2 miles back to the farm. I've left the M2 there. Got someone coming on their bike. And yeah, it might be nothing. It could just be something really simple. It wouldn't affect the way it drove, but the just noises it was making, it was getting considerably worse. And I just don't want to risk it. So I have a vehicle transporter. I just have to walk the 2 miles back. Probably take me just over an hour. And we'll go pick it up and get it back in the workshop and see what's wrong with it. There we go. Yeah, so not really going to plan so far. I'm just waiting for one of my transporters to come back so I can go pick it up, because at the minute I don't actually have any equipment to go pick it up. It should be back any minute, and I've got to load the extended ramps as well, because obviously the M2's been lowered, so it's quite low. And then I've got to go pick up the M2 because I don't want to leave it there for too long, because I'm on double yellows in a town centre. And if it gets towed away, yeah, it's not ideal. Here she comes, that trusty old Fiat. I knew I left them somewhere. Oh. Here's the old Porker. Go and watch the Porker videos if you haven't seen them up to date. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. We need these though. Where is she? There she is, look, on the end. On the end, look. So I can't actually get it in the workshop because I've got a car in there already, so let's just jack it up here and have a look. I can still see it moving, but the handbrake does seem to be working. Yeah, there's a piece of trim that's caught. Right, it's the next day. My bit of trim that had a bolt missing and was catching on the wheel, I have now just put a bolt back in it, and it's just started raining. So I want to try and, the roads are kind of dry at the minute. So I do just want to try and go out. I feel a lot more confident driving it now though. Now we've had that initial road test, I feel like a normal car now, to be fair. Right, so apart from that bearing noise, we're all good. So let's get it into sport. No, I'm just going to put it into sport, and then there's an Audi S3 in front of me. Look. No, all right. It's dry here. I'm expecting this to be. Yeah, it's pretty quick. I like the turn-in on BMWs. The steering's a lot nicer. Traction control was kicking in then. Ah, this is cool, I like this. Brakes need some attention, they're a bit juddery. I'll be totally honest, it doesn't feel like 650 brake, but then again, I haven't driven one of these standards, so it could just be really super progressive and I just can't feel the punch. It's definitely quick, but how much quicker is it than it's hard to tell really. Traction control is kicking in. See, I do really like this car, and I think it would be obviously better than an Audi in the dry, but the trouble with England is it's dry barely 50% of the time. So it's like you're buying a car that you can only really have fun in 50% of the time, whereas the Audi, any four-wheel drive car, you can have fun a lot more than 50%. So I suppose it's a better all-rounder, whereas this is better in a smaller proportion. I guess that's probably the way to describe it, but the feel of the steering and the direct... Why is it not changing gear? Well, that's because I put hold on to gears too long. But yeah, this is, I can see how this is more of a driver's car. I like it. Right, so guys, that is the end for today's video. Overall, in the end, we got there. Successful road testing. The engine, gearbox, the car feels great, sounds great. I've got no warning lights come on. I have got a few issues with a potential wheel bearing at the back there, and there was a ticking noise coming, not a ticking noise, but there's maybe another trim loose, I don't know. I need to look at that. So once I get those rectified, we'll get it MOT'd, and then, yeah, we'll get it in the body shop, and then we'll do some proper testing. By then, the weather might be a bit nice. We'll get a few nicer days in April, and then we can do some proper 0 to 60, quarter mile, 100 to 200 testing. But no, the car felt strong, felt good. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy the series of the M2. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. And yeah, back on the R8 in the next video. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.